Shocking legal threat rocks international media. A former U.S. president is threatening to sue one of the world's most famous news organizations for $1 billion. What really happened, and why are top executives losing their jobs over an edited video? In brief, short, sharp, and to the point. Subscribe to stay informed. Donald Trump has launched an unprecedented legal attack against the British Broadcasting Corporation, threatening a massive defamation lawsuit over a documentary that allegedly manipulated his January 6th speech. The billion-dollar ultimatum gives BBC until November 14th to remove the controversial Panorama episode or face what could become one of the largest media lawsuits in history. The corporation has already admitted to editing errors that created false impressions. But is this really about one video, or a much bigger battle over truth and manipulation? The crisis exploded when Trump's legal team sent a formal demand letter to BBC headquarters, specifically targeting their flagship investigative program, Panorama. The documentary in question contained edited footage from Trump's January 6, 2021 speech that the network's own chairman, Samir Shah, admitted created the impression of a direct call for violent action that wasn't actually in the original address. This editing choice transformed the context entirely, making it appear Trump explicitly encouraged the Capitol violence when the full transcript tells a more complex story. The fallout has been devastating for BBC leadership. In an extraordinary chain of events, both CEO Tim Davie and BBC News chief Deborah Turness have resigned from their positions. The corporation was forced to issue a formal apology to the British Parliament, acknowledging the editorial failure that compromised their reputation for impartiality. Media analysts are calling this the most serious credibility crisis for BBC in decades, coming at a time when public trust in news organizations is already at historic lows worldwide. This confrontation represents much more than just one legal dispute. It's part of a global pattern where political figures are increasingly fighting back against media portrayals they consider biased or manipulative. The timing is particularly sensitive as Trump campaigns for the 2024 presidential election, where control over his public narrative could determine the election outcome. Meanwhile, BBC faces existential questions about its editorial standards and whether it can maintain its century-old reputation for factual reporting in an era of deepfakes and selective editing. This case affects every viewer who consumes news media. If a $1 billion lawsuit can force resignations at one of the world's most trusted news sources, what does that mean for smaller media outlets? Could this create a chilling effect where networks avoid critical reporting on powerful figures? Or is this necessary accountability for media organizations that have grown too comfortable manipulating reality? The outcome could redefine the relationship between politicians and press worldwide and determine what you see on your screen every day. Do you think billion-dollar lawsuits are the right way to hold media accountable? Or do they threaten press freedom? Where should we draw the line between editorial judgment and deliberate manipulation? Comment now. Should Trump sue BBC for $1 billion? Or is this an attack on journalism itself? Tell us your controversial opinion below. This debate affects every news consumer.